Hey you guys, welcome to your weekend edition Love and General reading. This is for air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius for the weekend of October 5th through the 7th, 2018. So I have already shuffled and cut the cards. Let's go ahead and begin here. I want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I ask that you all please continue to do so. And remember, these are general readings, so they may or may not resonate. Those of you that are interested in personal or private reading, you can email TemajTarot@gmail.com. That information's in the description box below. Please refrain from calling that 800 number, 888 number, whatever, unless I make an announcement on YouTube. Because if you do that and try to pay, you know, I'm not available to take your calls and you're going to be like, I paid for a reading. No, I don't do it like that. Email me so we can schedule a reading, and you can't always schedule a phone reading, but you can schedule a video reading. Okay, so central issue, heart of the matter, we have the Magician, Knight of Pentacles, of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Five of Cups, Two of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and Seven of Wands. Okay, so based off the current energies, it looks like some of you might be having some sort of trust issues. I'm feeling like emotionally something could be going on with you. You're having to overcome some sort of emotional letdown or obstacles. There's something involving three here. So three energies. Third party doesn't always have to mean cheating. It could just mean an outside influence on your relationship or outside influence on your job. I feel that you may be looking at the past and kind of worried that history is going to repeat itself. There's a need for you to overcome these fears and realize that you're just having an illusion or experiencing an illusion here. You have to realize that this isn't real. Your fears are not real. Your fears are coming from a place of disappointment, uncertainty. You know, they're illusions. Also, due to the transit of the moon, it could be bringing about certain feelings or emotions from you, especially if moon is getting ready to transit Saturn. A lot of times, since Saturn is a dark or heavy planet, and the moon is so emotional when it touches Saturn, it might have an effect on you, especially if Saturn is in your 12th or 1st house. So if you find yourself feeling a little emotional, just know that you can overcome this. I'm seeing you getting motivated again, and you are charging forth with, you know, other things that you're passionate about. Or you're getting like a second win here. You're moving forward here. Also, this can be saying to me that there is someone who wants to approach you, but they're so full of doubts and insecurities for whatever reason. Even if they're like really attractive and beautiful, for whatever reason, they have all these insecurities. Like they're pretending that they're confident. This person isn't really confident. This person has, I don't mean to say issues, but they do. They have some sort of issues, emotional issues. It could be emotional trauma from the mother or emotional trauma from the father. I'm seeing things lining up and saying, what if this person is just like all the rest? You know, is this going to happen? This going to happen? This person hurt me. I've been hurt by 3 major relationships. There have been 3 relationships in my life that really stuck a knife in my heart, and I don't want to. Do I want to deal with that? Do I want to risk it again? Like, what if this person makes the 4th time that I get hurt? So I am feeling like if this is someone looking at it that way, eventually someone's going to overcome these fears and they're going to say, okay, I'm ready. I want to move forward with you, or I'm going to ask you out, or I'm going to pursue you. Or if you're a guy watching, you might be feeling this way, you know, whether you want to admit it or not. You know, you might be like, okay, I'm not even gonna think about, you know, what Lisa, what Michelle did, whatever, what Rochelle did. I'm finna move forward with her or you or him, whatever the case. So someone is, you know, preparing to do something that they know that they're afraid to do. Even if you're a performer, because I'm seeing a little bit of that too, like you're a performer and you're getting ready to go on stage, there's a need to prepare yourself in order to face the crowd. So you're having to put on an act. What you're putting on for people isn't really real. I'm also seeing someone who is masking their sadness, someone who's very sad inside, but they hide it from people because they don't want people to know that, you know, they get emotions. Like, yeah, I got a damn heart. So, you know, someone is really persistent at keeping that under wraps here. Somebody's trying to break a habit of smoking too. Like, I'm seeing something like really mundane like that. Someone's just really trying to break their habit of smoking. Someone might be telling people, yeah, I quit. And then when they get home, they're like lighting away, you know. But at work, they're like, nah, I don't smoke no more. You know, but maybe they're disappointed in themselves, so they don't want people to see that. You know, somebody doesn't want to look like a failure. And I'm seeing someone too just kind of having fear of being a failure, or fear of being rejected because of things that have happened in the past. Maybe for some of you, you've never been with someone who was good for you, or who has been right to you, done right by you. And maybe you're like, you know, I don't know, you know, what to expect. I don't know how to be anymore. You know, for some of you, you might have your identity, it could be lost or displaced because you don't know who you are anymore. You don't know how to act. You don't know how to behave because of things that have happened in the past. Should you let your guards down? Should you act like you're tough and don't care, don't have a heart? You know, how should you be? So there's somebody is sending mixed signals too. Yeah, definitely seeing mixed signals being sent out, and somebody might be taking your messages the wrong way, or you might be taking someone's messages the wrong way. If you're experiencing signs and synchronicities and you're like, oh my God, it's the end, it's over, it's not gonna work, you might be having it all wrong. I'm feeling like somebody is not seeing the messages clearly. Someone is quick to jump to a conclusion. So we do also have like the Five of Cups here, and someone is kind of stuck in the past. There's an opportunity for happiness again, but not until someone is able to move out of this shadow. I feel like somebody is in a shadow, in a dark place. I'm also seeing someone kind of sending you a signal and saying, hey, like, I still love you, or I'm still here, or I see you, but someone is just too, they don't notice it. Someone is sending signals from a distance. They're trying to get someone's attention. They're sending out happy messages or signs, or playing music, or like posting songs to send messages, and the other person is just too stuck on something else that could have happened, or they're just kind of, I just feel like their judgment is just kind of off right now. They're trying to get over something, or some sort of loss or disappointment here. So they don't even see or notice that you are trying to make them happy or trying to show that you care. And vice versa, this might be happening to you. You might not even realize that someone is trying to get your attention here. And I just kind of wanted to clarify the Five of Cups a little more. I should clarify that Magician too, because he's always so tricky. Five of Cups. Clarify the Five of Cups. Either way, I'm still seeing you getting your motivation back. You're moving in a different direction. Something inspires you. Yeah, it's like you're studying something, feeling almost like you don't like what you see, or you don't like who you are or how you've been, or you're just kind of looking at the past, or the past is causing you to do some sort of inner reflection or some sort of self-check. Oh, I didn't start the timer. Oh, it's too late now. But yeah, I feel like you are coming to some sort of understanding. If this is, I feel like a lot of this, even if it's not about relationships, it's about you and your personal self and having to get back on your feet. You could have been going through something, and it's just like you're just disappointed the way things are turning out so far. It could be a job, like you're like, this isn't how I expected it to be. I don't feel emotionally satisfied at this job, or this job isn't motivating me. Like I'm just lost. I'm feeling someone who's just really kind of like lost here. And then again, I'm seeing that someone misreading into some sort of messages or reading too deeply into something, like someone is not listening to their intuition, or they're just learning how to trust their intuition. But it's like, it's hard for this person to really listen to themselves, either whether it's you or the other person. Somebody's having a hard time understanding here. This is again talking about your intuition and having to learn to trust it. I feel like you're learning something here. There's also things that are going on it's not meant for you to know, but you don't understand that. Seeing something about dreams too. Some of you might start having like a lot of spiritual dreams, or you might have one specific dream that stands out this weekend, something really profound, or feeling like you had a deja vu or a premonition. Some of you might be discovering that you're a psychic, or that you have the gift to read astrology really well and easily. So I'm feeling like some sort of self-discovery going on in regards to a gift that you have that relates to spirituality here. And then going back to someone trying to share something with you. They're trying to send a secret message to you or make something known to you. It's like read between the lines. Like, I don't know why you or this other person won't just be direct. There's a lot of people just like kind of holding in their feelings and just making assumptions. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like assumptions are leading to disappointments here because nobody is like really opening up. There are very deep feelings here. Someone is feeling something very deeply. If there is a love connection, someone is feeling very connected to the other person. Actually, it's mutual. For some of you, it could be distance that is holding you back, or it could be a commitment that is holding you back. Like the person that you're connected to or that you're drawn to is in a committed relationship. So that you might be discovering that. Also, I'm definitely seeing something being shared publicly or on the internet through social media. And maybe this is what is making you feel blue or disappointed or let down and saying, oh, I'm just going to move on, or I think I better let go. All that I can say is that if you are feeling that way, you're getting mixed signals or you're not reading the messages right. It's confusing. And the Magician is all about playing trickery, swift, fast mind games. It's also, don't get me wrong, the Magician, I know the Magician has good qualities. But in this context, just kind of looking at the other cards, for me, it's just kind of talking about someone who is seeing an illusion, or they're not, I don't know, there's confusion in regards to what they are seeing or to the messages that they're receiving. See, someone, there's a lot of love. You could be involved with another air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You could be involved with water, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, or fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. But someone has all these feelings. Someone wants to make a love offering. They want to come through. They're thinking about it. They think of, or they daydream about it, and they're like, I'm just going to do it. But they keep getting set back, or when they do send messages, it's just not being received correctly. But that's because someone isn't being straightforward. Someone is still talking in code. Let me clarify the Magician a little more. I am seeing with the Magician, somebody is trying to make something manifest. Somebody might be like using literal spell work though, or like candle burning, because I'm seeing somebody rising up out of this pot, like an image or a spirit, or someone might be calling on their ancestors to help them in regards to love. Not necessarily that somebody is putting a spell on you or you putting a spell on someone, but it's like someone is trying to maybe conjure something up. But it's like, it's still being slick about it. It's like, to me, it's almost like, why not just be direct with what you want or what you have to say? Again, it doesn't just have to be in love. That can be in any area of life. You might have a friend that keeps telling stories and thinking that's going to make people like them more, or someone who's always, somebody who's a pathological liar or a habitual liar, I don't know. Or someone who's just always exaggerating. I mean, granted, that's good if this person is a performer or a storyteller or an actor. That's great, but in real life, dealing with real situations, there's a need to just be real. Someone is covering up how they feel. I feel like the King of Cups is more so about their feelings for the other person, whether it's you or the other person. They're covering it up. They don't want you to know, or they don't want people to know. I don't know. Somebody might have some sort of, might be too caught up into image, like what will people think type of energy. I don't know. It could be maybe as someone that's not usually your physical type, or and that's understandable, because I'm a little picky. But it's like someone might be covering, I mean, it might be that someone is not really into the other person normally, or maybe they are, but I don't know. There's just something, like maybe too worried about what other people will think. Yeah, see, somebody cares about you, or you care about someone, or you care about each other, but there's hiding. Like, I don't want you to know. I can't open up. And they're being very, very stubborn with how they're thinking or feeling. Now, for some of you, it could be because they're, and I'm sorry that I keep seeing that pop up, but for some of you, it could be because you can't choose between two people, or they can't choose between you and another person, or somehow your choice affects one or more persons. It's like you're not just thinking for yourself. You're like, my decision affects everybody, so I don't know. I can't open up, or I can't share this. And I'm looking at these 3 cups, and I'm looking at this opportunity, like somebody is saying, speak up, or say, say what you mean what you say. But they're like, I can't. With a Hierophant coming out, there may be a possibility that the truth is going to eventually come out. Um, with the Six of Wands here, I do feel like you're going to have either some new followers this weekend or some new clientele or some new customers especially if you're an entrepreneur. You may finally receive some sort of recognition, or someone is paying you some sort of attention, or there could be some sort of flirtation that boosts your ego. It makes you feel a little better, like, okay, well, they thought that I look beautiful, or they paid me a really nice compliment, or they told me my work was good, or I got an award at work today, or they mentioned me. I got a certificate. I got a Chipotle pass. I don't know. So somebody is feeling recognized eventually. This is you also just kind of having to set boundaries and facing something head on, or facing your fears head on, especially after overcoming, some things here. I feel like you get your strength back to fight for whatever it is that you want. Like your willpower is restored. If it's not your willpower, then it's someone else's willpower, and they're like, okay, I'm ready. I want to try again. I dust myself off, and it could be after some sort of pep talk. I feel like somebody stirs the pot. I don't know what that means for somebody, but I feel like somebody stirs the pot. I don't know if there's someone that's an instigator that or it's almost like something very childlike. Like, for instance, you tell your friend that you're really into somebody, but you're afraid to speak to them. And your friend is like sick and tired of hearing this story. So they just walk up to the person for you, and they're like, yeah, you need to ask my friend out because they're really into you. And they just walk away. And it's just like, why did you do that? I just feel like someone comes in between and stirs the pot. And they're the ones that try to help you manifest, whatever it is that you're desiring. So I'm feeling like it could be some sort of situation like that too. All right, so you guys, that was your weekend read. I know that was long. I don't know why I'm going so long, because I am tired. I'm so tired. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Many blessings to you.